Hi, Mahesh. Yeah, I'm sharing the
Let's
screen.
start. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So we discuss about Merge Manager. Okay, today.
Okay.
All these are data stewards things. Just I'm giving you an overview, like how can they do in
Okay.
interviews. Some of the interviews they may ask. That's right. Okay.
Okay.
Put package will use. Okay. These are the records which are in manual match state. Okay. If we run the table match table, we'll see how many match records are there. Are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. If you see automate indicated 0 means these are manual match records. There are total 9 entries are there in the match table. Let's see like the merge status. Okay. How can we merge the records? So before merging that, there are a couple of options are available over here. Let's look into this. See this one, accept the unmatched record as unique means that record will not match and the consolidation indicator will become 1. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this is for task management. So right now we don't have any tasks. Okay, task is nothing but I told you. So during the initial phases, like we have one BPM tool, business process management tool called Active Voice. Did you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we configure that, then we can assign tasks to the data stewards. Okay. So they'll get a notification, and then they'll come over here and they'll look into it. Okay.
Okay.
And accept all records without a match. Like here the records will get what is like even though if there are no matches, the records will be accepted. And here we like view cross reference records. These are the base object records, right?
Mm.
If we see like what are the cross reference associated to this one.
Okay.
Okay. So if we see 4001, 20,004, 20,007, for 20,007, how many records are associated? Here 20,007, 20,000. Mm, so 20,000, sorry, 20,001, right? Okay, let's see what is the 20,001 record over here. I'll pin this 2001. There is only one record, 20,007. Let's see how many cross-reference records are contributing. Okay, so 20,007, 3 records are contributing. Okay, and that then to 20,001 is being matched with 20,007.
Okay.
Okay, 20,007 already consolidated and merged, but still the 20,001 is getting matched with 20,001. So that's why that too it is a manual entry. So as per the manual merge rule. So this entry occurred. So that's why like here 20,007 is the eligible record for manual merge. So it is showing that already this is a consolidated, right? So 20,007, but 20,001 is still matching with the 20,007 due to the manual merge rule. That's why here it is showing for this 20,007, 20,001 is the associated one. So if we merge this record, the record will get merged. And 20,008, it is showing 20,005 is the associated one. 20,008 is the 20,005 is the associated one. And for 3, ID object 2 is the associated one. Okay. So like this, like we can see all the records. How many records are available? For 80,004, we don't have anything. Okay, for 40,009, we have these many records are there. Let's see, 40,009. Okay, 3 entries are there: 20,006, 20,009, 20,003. That's why we are getting this. Okay, so
Okay.
here we have one more option is there, that is change the status of selected record. How we have how we can change the status in data manager, same like here we can change the consolidation indicator. We'll put it on hold, queue for matching, or reset as a new record, reassign means the task assignment. Okay, leave about this. So we can suppose this record is 80,004. Like where is that 80,004? We don't have 80,004, but here whichever the records having a consolidation indicator to, those records will be displayed over here. Okay, and so if we can make this record as queue for matching, if we make this record as queue for matching, okay, so if we go and check at the table level, you can see the consolidation indicator as 3.
Okay.
Okay, I told you, right? We cannot see the consolidation indicator 3, but still we can see because manually we are changing the status. Now you got right.
Mhm.
So what we will do now, we'll see a couple of other options. Okay, so they like I think that the like I have to keep. So here the names are different, Rehan and okay Rajesh, but how we are match rule 2. Okay, we are matching based upon contact, right? So but the name is different. So what can I do? I'll make this record as a put on hold. Okay, because
Okay.
this a record is entirely different, right? So like I don't want to merge these records temporarily. I want to put this record on hold. So that's why it here the consolidation indicator will become 9. Okay, let's
Right.
see.
Yeah.
We'll put this record on hold. On hold, we have this record. Okay, let's see. Rajesh
Okay.
record. Okay.
Yeah.
Earlier I told you only 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we have one more status also is that just hold, like we are making that record as a like in hold state. So these records will not participate in any of the match and merge process. If consolidation indicator is 9, these records will not participate in any of match and merge process. Okay.
Okay. If uh, in the next update or next load, if the same exact same record comes in, then in that case, will it participate in match and merge or
No,
no?
no, 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 no,
Will
no.
never.
If consolidation indicator is 9 means that's it. That record never participate in any of the process.
Okay.
Okay? We are putting that record on hold. We are telling to MDM that not consider this record. Okay, on hold means don't consider this record, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and so here we can enable like make changes to this record. Okay, we have
Okay.
this pencil symbol is the red edit symbol. Okay, and so here this is the information. So these are the records. For this record is in matching. Okay, so here we have search symbol is there. So we can manually search a record and then we can match the record. Not like, so here in the match table we have some entries, right? We have some entries. So here it is displaying which are the entries available in the match table only. But we can manually create one record and manually merge the record also. We can do that thing. Okay. So here we can search the record and we can merge that record. And here same cost cross reference, like for this record we can see the cross reference records. Okay.
Okay.
um Same thing, we can edit this record also. Right now we don't have email id, so we can add email id in case we want. We can add email id at the rate mail.com. Okay. Click OK. Okay. So for 20,001 we have added email. Okay, let's see what happened at the base object level. For 20,001, let's see. 20,001 we have updated email. Okay, we got that email id, and let's see the cross reference record for that one. Help in this. If you observe here, one extra cross reference has been created with row id system sys0 is nothing but admin source
Admin.
system.
Yeah.
Okay, and one xref has been created. Whenever we make changes through admin source system, at that time one entry will be created. So why this one entry gets created is, here we are making changes to the base object record. Okay, and on which source system we are making changes? CKR source system. So if source system gets changed, one xref will get created. Okay, here I'm making the changes on base object record. That base object records belongs to CKR source system, and that base object record is being contributed by only one row ID system. Okay, so here sys0 is the manual change, right? Admin source system. So manually we are making changes. So to track those changes, it creates one xref record. Okay, every time means if there is no sys0 associated xref record, then it creates one entry. Okay, already sys0 record is present now. So let's see, like we'll change the email now once again, or else we can change the contact number. So what I will, okay, here I'll add the name. Okay, click OK. Okay, if we see the base object record for 20,001, we'll see the Rohit K, and let's see the xref. Only one sys0 record is there because we are making changes on source system admin. Okay, admin source system record is already present in the xref table, so that's why it won't create extra xref record. Okay, so
Okay.
once we make changes, like once there is an entry in the xref table with sys0 for that associated base object record, it won't create extra xref. Okay, and if you see here the value, got updated.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll tell you one more thing. Here we have put update merge indicator 1. It means it is specifying that this record has been inserted manually. That's why here this indicator is 1.
Okay.
Okay. So like whenever we make changes to any of the record, here this will get changed. Now let's see, for 20,007 we'll make some changes. Okay. At that time you will observe one more difference.
Okay.
So here 20,007 we have three source systems. Let's make some changes for 20,007. I'm making one change. What I'm doing here, I'm adding space k. So here I'm changing the base object record. Click
Okay.
OK. 20,007. So we have added, okay, 20,007. Means we I have edited that record. Okay. Now let's see at the database level. I'll pin this. Let's see at the database level for 20,007. 20,007 fifth record. Okay, Rohit K has been added. If you observe over here, what is the last row ID system here? Sys0.
Zero.
Means from admin source system, we got recent update. That's
Okay.
why it is showing sys0. Okay.
Okay.
And even if we observe systems and trust, we have given admin as highest trust score value. That's why here this value is being reflected. Okay.
Okay.
If admin source system has very less value, then the value will not get reflected. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go to the merge manager now. Okay, I have to show you the a cross reference records, right? I'll run this cross reference. See, one entry has been created with put update merge indicator. Okay.
Okay.
So whenever we make any changes manually through data steward manager configuration workbench, okay. So here data manager or merge manager, wherever we make any changes, one record will one xref record will get added to that associated base object record. Okay. Now you got the point, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Um, Now what I will do, right? So here one more option is there to change the state, deleted or active. Okay. So I already shown you. So no, I won't consider that. I means I won't show you. Here we have one symbol is that this is match rule. So here it displays that with which match rule this has been created. This record has been created. This match record. This one.
Okay.
Row ID object. So this record being matched with this match rule. Okay? Rule execution manual. If I show this record, okay, I'm checking for 20,009. Let's see. Contact. Okay, this is, and here we have one on hold record is there, right? Let's see this one. If I check the match rule, address city contact. Okay, address city contact has same, so that's why it has been matched. So here we can see like this, like with which match rule this record has been matched. We can see that thing also. And this is a relationship record. If we have relationship, then it will display. And here, complete match history, how it has been matched with 40,008. Okay, and it 40,009 also it is getting matched. Okay, and okay, here the thing, and here we have option. This is match the unmatched record with matched me. Okay, so if I click this one, the record will get matched. Here we can make this record as a auto matched record. Okay, so if I flag this 20,003 as auto match, I'll make this flag as auto match. That entire records have been 20,000, 40,008. I kept it as a 40,008. I kept it as a automate record. Let's see where is that match results at 40,008, right? Okay. Here it is automate indicator as 0. Now it will become 1 if we run the match rule. Okay. 40,008. See,
Yes. Yeah.
okay. Manually we can change anything. And here for name and contact, we have trust, right? So if I click on this one, we can change the trust scores. I shown you in my data manager, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, we can change the trust also.
Okay.
Okay, these are the things. So I can merge this record. Okay, those records got merged. If I see match table entry, sorry, this is match table. Right? That record have been removed from this match table. Like that, we can go for match will delete and SPR match has been deleted. And even we can merge this record. So the entries will get removed from here. Okay. And if I run this automate indicator, this record will get removed. Okay. Let's see what is the status. If I run through batch viewer automates job, the records will get deleted from the match table. Means the records will get matched. And even I'll show you the base object records now. The records what we have matched. The consolidation indicator slowly it become getting changed. Where is this 40,000? What records we have matched? 20,001 or 20,003? 20,001, right? Let's see. Did we matched 20,001 or not? Yes. See, for 20,001, the records got merged. Earlier, only one record was there. Now, how many records it got? Did you observe this?
6 year.
Okay. For 20,000, when how many records? There are so many records are there. All these got merged. So if we run base object 40M, right? This is the one. Automate job. Execute. Okay, one is there, one got merged. Let's run the match table now. So whatever the 40,008 associated records, those are got deleted in the
Okay.
match table, right? Now only one is there, 2 and 3. Let's go to the match manager. 2 and 3 are there. Yeah. 20,008 is in hold state. I'll change it to Q for matching. So here we can see that record. Where is- Okay, I've kept it as Q for match it, right? I should have kept that record Q for match. Okay, and like Q for matching, then that consolidation indicator 9 record will become 3 now. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
see, 2 records are there. Okay, and what can I do now? So suppose like mm, I want to this 20,008, right? I want to match this record with this Mahesh 20,008. What is the 20,008 Rajesh? Okay, let's match Rajesh record with this. I'll search this next. Finish. Okay, so here whatever the records are available, those records are getting displayed over here. So if we add parameter means there we have parameter, right? We can search particular records. So we can search but now what I'm doing that 20,008 I want to merge with this one. Okay, just I have selected. Okay, this is unmerged, this is match cell. I'm selecting this. If you see here, is getting changed. So
Yes.
I want to merge this with this. Okay,
Okay.
reload. There are nothing is there. Now let's see the record. Do we have any 20,008 or not? Okay, 20,008 is there. Okay. So for this 20,008, what is the associated record? Definitely we'll see the row ID object 3 record also. You got right. So here the name Mahesh, Rajesh, Rajesh, Raj. We
Yeah.
have matched manually. We have matched manually. We have matched. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so we are observing this very weird record. Okay. If you want to analyze like how this happened matched, I have shown you HMRG table or not. This time I'll show you HMRG table. I haven't shown you, I guess. See? So in HMRG table, we can see the history of match. HMRG. With this, I think I might have shown you all all support tables. ID object. Let's see, search with free. Source row ID, target row ID columns will be there. Let's see. Okay. Source row ID, target row ID. Let's see, source row ID object. Okay. See this one. Source row ID, target ID. This is the source row ID. This record got matched with this 20,008. And see here, row ID match rule. Match man means manually matched. Okay. There is no row ID rule value is there. Here it is clearly saying that match manually. Okay.
Okay.
And match date, match operation, that those are indicators. Okay. All these are is there. If you unmatch the record, we'll see the details. Okay. Let's run like I think we have unmatched right yesterday. Did we unmatch? Means yesterday
Mm,
means
no, I think.
we haven't unmatched right. Okay. We face some issue, right? I'll see. In CMX or a system, I'll show you. Okay. Tiger. the table. Select start from C underscore B O underscore yeah TY underscore H. Let's see, do we have this table or not? Address. Let's see address. What is this? Which table I have shown you that day? I didn't remember. CMX or S. Account address. Party address H. Party address H. What is the party address H table name? Party address H. CBO party ADDRH. CBO party ADDRH. Okay, I think we might have unmerged HMRG. Yeah, we have unmerged. See here, three unmerged via unmerged indicator. So if we unmerge the records, it displays like with which record it got unmerged. So if we select normal unmerged, it shows that indicator. If we select tree unmerged, then it shows this indicator. Which are all the associated records, it gets unmerged. Okay. So this is the HMRG table. Here we'll have source row ID object, target row ID object, auto match indicator, okay, row ID match rule, and all these things. Now we'll go to our database. So there are no records, so we are good now. Okay, this is about the merge manager. Now what we will do is, okay, already I have shown you SIF manager. So with this merge manager section has been completed. Mahesh, today I will take till 9:30. It's okay for you?
Yeah, should be fine.
Because by Friday I will complete it. Okay? Tomorrow I will complete. So we have SIF manager. I have already told you, right? So during the configuration itself, like we'll run this and we'll get this WSDL URL file, and we assign that, like we use SOAP UA tool to perform any API operations. Okay. So I
I
think
just
this.
sorry to interrupt you. Actually, tomorrow I'm not available. I had to travel. I have to travel home,
Okay.
so I'll go early morning. Actually, uh,
At what time you will be available tomorrow?
tomorrow I'm not sure. For entire day I'll be away. Actually, my village is at remote place, so I won't have connectivity, and
So
I'll
when will
be
be available back?
Monday morning.
Oh,
I'll
Monday
come by
morning.
Sunday night only. So Monday morning I'll be available.
Okay, Monday morning it cannot be possible because another session is there. Uh, Today at what time you will be available? Another slot.
I'll have to check my calendar. Actually, my project is going on, right? So I'll have to check my calendar.
Like in afternoon, like if you get 1 hour time, that would be sufficient. I'll
Okay.
try to complete. Eh?
Okay. Okay. Then I'll let you know.
Okay, these guys we have to let them know, right? Let them. Okay. I'll provide you the email ID. Okay.
Okay.
If you're good, then just drop me a mail to that. Like I can deliver the session by using Google Meets. Okay.
Okay.
So I think this has already explained you like how we create and which type of APIs we have. Right. You're comfortable, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So and we have one more thing is there, batch group is there. Okay. I'll deliver session on batch group and repository manager today. Okay.
Okay.
And just 1 hour session will be like 40 minutes session will be left over. That would be like personally I'll give you like I will give IDD overview to the participant because they should feel some comfortable, right? Whenever they Google and they learn the things, new advanced things. So
Mhm.
just I will give overview on IDD. Okay. Otherwise, like the entire session will be course will get completed by today only. Only for that IDD, I'm like for every participant, I'll explain the IDD. What is IDD? Why we go for that IDD? Okay. Because whenever like if you want to learn yourself or if you want to uh, uh, like like gather more information on IDD. In IDD is nothing but Informatica Data Director, which is a UI tool. We can do the operations, whatever the thing we need. Okay, we can
Yeah.
connect to the Hub console and those things. Okay, so like people should get comfortable, right? Whenever they learn their on their own self learning. So I'll deliver some half an hour session on IDD. Okay.
Okay. I also have few queries regarding project management, I would say.
Okay.
So I'll need 30 minutes for that as well, just to get it clarified, so that whenever the interviewer asks me any questions regarding uh, how you manage the project, or not in terms of management, but how you gather the requirements or how you
Oh
get
yeah.
the
Okay.
requirements and all that. So
Okay.
I'll just articulate that, and I'll need 30 minutes of your time for that, please.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay, well, then 1 hour session will be sufficient for us. Okay,
Okay.
now we'll jump into the batch group session. Batch group. I have told you batch viewer. Okay, so now batch group. Let's see the batch group. So right now there are no batch groups are there. Okay, so we'll create one batch group. So why we go for batch groups? Here in the batch viewer section, jobs are getting created automatically, but we are running that jobs manually, either stage job or load job or match job, merge job, or it could be anything. We are running manually, right? So if you want
Yeah.
to schedule those jobs, means to run the job sequentially, you have to create one group. Okay. When we run that group, though all those jobs runs sequentially, automatically. Okay. And you will get one more question that like who will run this batch group. Okay, we will provide this batch group name to the scheduling tool. I think you might know scheduling tools: CA workstation, autosys, control M, airflow, zookeeper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, have you aware of these
No, no, I'm not
scheduling tool?
aware. I've read it in the requirements for Informatica, or in the
Like
CVs
you
itself.
you 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 worked as a ETL developer, right? There at the time,
No,
which
no,
set
ETL
you
tester,
ETL
tester.
test. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
There
So
we
even
don't have
even
any such.
uh, even in ETL testing also, you won't insert the data manually, right? Simply you have to run the job. So how would you run those jobs manually?
Oh, actually, we don't run the job. Developer used to do that for us. We just used
The
to validate the data.
okay, okay, okay. That's okay. Not an issue. So I'll create one batch group now. Okay, add batch group. So I'm creating the batch group. Here party yum load party yum. I'll mention as process party M. So the name is as our wish. We can write any name. Okay. Let's save it. So we have created batch. Now what we will do is we'll assign the jobs over here. This is start session is the finish sessions. In between these, we'll assign the jobs.
Okay.
Okay. So right click on the start, add level below. If I click add level below, it is displaying the jobs which are available under batch viewer section.
Okay.
Whatever the jobs are available under batch viewer section, those jobs it is showing. Okay. And you will get a question that what about the stage jobs? Okay. Which are the jobs associated to the base object, those jobs will be displayed under that base object only, even the stage jobs also. If I click party M, you will observe the stage jobs also. Okay.
Okay.
So now what I'm doing is I'm selecting all these jobs. Okay. Stage jobs we can run parallelly, right? Nothing will happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Click OK. So all the stage jobs have been created. If we right click here, add level below or add level above. Okay, we can will add level below.
Below. Yeah.
So for our
Load.
party M, what is the child table?
Load jobs.
Address, some address. No, address table
Okay.
also, like address table is like we have the childs are there, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So no need of adding child also, because once the base object gets loads, parent base object gets loads, then only we have to assign the child, right? We have to load the child. So now we'll create the load jobs. Okay? We'll load jobs we can load parallelly. Okay, because
Okay.
every load job is dependent on stage table. Okay? Click OK. So here we are getting the options which are available under the load job section. Force update. I told you right already.
Hmm. Yes.
Even if there are no updates, still we want to refresh the data, then we'll check this option. Okay.
Yes.
Now we have loaded the like we have assigned the load jobs. Now what I have to do? I have to assign the child one. I will assign child base objects, load, and then add level below the load job, child base object load jobs. So if you observe here, whichever the jobs we consume, then again those jobs will not be displayed over here.
Okay.
Okay. And then now what we will do, we will run the tokenization job for party. Add level below party M will create the generate match tokens for base object. Click OK. So here also we have the option regenerate all tokens. If need, we'll check that one, and we'll run the match job. So what is the match job we have available? Match for base object. Okay. This is for external match. Leave about that. Match for base object. Click OK. And here we have the option to select. Which one we have to select? Fuzzy. So then only whenever this job gets executed, it runs the fuzzy match. Once we run the fuzzy match, we have to merge the jobs, right? Merge the records. Then we'll run the auto merge job. Where is the auto merge? Merge data in base object party M. Okay. Click OK. That's it. Uh, one batch group has been created now. Okay. We'll provide this
Okay.
batch group name to the scheduling team.
Okay.
Simply we'll create this batch group name. Okay, as per the requirements. So I won't say like this is this type of name will be in similar way only. We'll mention as a BZ underscore PRTY underscore some name like that. If like every project has some naming conventions. Okay,
Hmm.
BG
Okay.
means
So
batch group.
this batch group will be used by, let's say, auto system, right?
Yes, yes. We'll
Okay.
provide this batch group name to the autosys, then they will run. We have to mention the frequency also, like when it has to run, on which date it has to run, at what time.
Okay.
Okay. So here, like creating job groups, right? We are creating like we'll create the groups in such a way that it has to satisfy our requirement. Okay, first parent we are loading, then child we are loading, then we are running the tokens, and then we are running the match, and then match. Okay, like we can run multiple matches also, match jobs.
Okay.
Suppose if I want to run uh, match job, is this match? Okay, I have to create one more analyze. Let's cancel this. Add jobs to this level. Okay. We can add another. Where is this? Add level. Add job in this. Okay. Add level below. So I can add like base object address and match. Is there right? I can add this one also. Okay.
Okay.
I can add like this. So once this complete, we can match the date. We can mention anything, whatever we want.
Okay.
Yeah, just finish. That's it. We'll provide this name to the scheduling team. This is about batch groups. Simply like there is nothing more about this. Okay? We can
Okay.
adjust this job like add level below, move level up, move level down. Okay, remove this level, add jobs to this level, add to this level means here we can add one more job. Okay, move
Okay.
job up, move job down, remove job, that thing. Remove job means this particular job will get removed. Remove this level means this entire section will get removed. Okay? And we like manually also we can run this. Execute. All the jobs will get executed. See, it is processing.
Okay. If we can run it through here only, then why do we need scheduling and okay.
Here we are manually running, right?
Okay.
This
Okay.
party job we are manually running.
Okay.
So here
Auto
manual
system
intervention
lectures.
should be there. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got
So
it.
scheduling tier means like no one will interact, right? Automatically jobs gets executed. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay? And process server. These are like to create the process server. It's an admin task. Okay? No, not needed. Like we can depends upon the hardware. Like we can assign process server. Okay? And
How
we
do we restart the process server?
how do we restart the process server? Those things, right? So what we will do, like in the JBoss, we have start and like stop shell scripts are there.
Okay.
JBoss application, they will restart the server.
Okay. Actually, yesterday I was facing some issue with this application, MDM application. So
Simply
I
like
just googled few stuff and they
yeah,
said that restart the process server.
yes. In the JBoss, we have that. Simply we can close this, or else like go to the command prompt and the JBoss we have some Spain run stop stop domain. One is fine. Pin only we should have domain stop run is the stop and those We have stop and start shell script should be there. This JBoss only will have installation modules. Let me search over here. I'll get that. Standalone temp. Search with stop stop.sh. Okay, stop.sh. Standalone. Standalone.ph. Bin. We are checking in bin only. Windows app bin. I think these guys are using this one only. The five. This is Windows environment, right? I think here we'll see. I think yeah. This is for Windows. So for Windows, we have another option there for start and stop. Otherwise, we have shell script commands are there. Commands means like shell script files are the stop and start.
Okay.
Here we are using standalone one. So you can mention that start and stop shell scripts are there. Uh,
Okay.
Here I haven't trained like every time I'll do this one only. Actually, in the project, like we have, we'll go to the JBoss server location in this bin only. We'll find that shell scripts. This is Windows environment. That's why the bat files are different over there. So here, this guy is going to the bin environment and standalone that bat. Here, he's running standalone dot XML. Leave over this. Again, the bat file, like they are using standalone that bat. Actually, we have start and stop shell scripts are there to restart.
Okay. And in general, in projects, how many environments do we use?
We use developer environment, SIT environment, QA environment, and Some projects may have pre-prod environment and
Okay.
then production environment.
Okay.
At least four, I can say four, three or four.
Okay.
Simply, you can say that dev, SIT, QA, and production.
Production. Okay.
Okay? I'll check that start and stop button, like where we have that shell script side. Definitely, we should have.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Here we don't have that. Oh my- Yeah, I'll tomorrow, like when we get time, like tell you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Should be fine.
Actually, we will have start and stop shell scripts are there. We'll like simply will run those shell scripts. You know, right, how to run shell scripts.
Yeah.
Sh space, that shell script name, then the shell script gets executed, or
Yeah.
else dot forward
Slash.
slash the path and the shell script name. The
Yeah.
shell script gets executed. Okay, and we have audit manager. These things, no, like so no, we don't enable this. When we enable this means like to check the how the records are getting loaded into the um, MDM using API request. Okay, it captures the in detail information. Even for message queues also. Right now we haven't configured any message queues, so that's why. So, so here user object registry is there. Here we'll configure the user exits. So Java team create the jar file and we'll provide that jar file over here. Okay, we'll browse the jar file and we attach that jar file. Click OK. Then the here user exits will be as configured over here. So whenever um, some operations happen, like some data process happen at the MDM, user exits will trigger. Okay, we have user exits of different types. Let's Google it. I will tell you. User exits. User. Can you see my screen, right? Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
There are a couple of user exits are there.
Yeah.
Post load user exit, post match user exit, pre match user exit, post match user exit, pre unmatch user exit. That couple of user exits are there, and you will get good videos on these user exits. Okay, by Sandeep. So those are Java part. Okay,
Okay.
MDM. I have checked. So for load process, we have one user exit. For match process, we have two user exits. So load process, post load user exit, right? So this post load user exit, it's in a Java code, okay, written by Java team. So what will happen here? Whenever you load data to any of the base object table, irrespective of the base object table, this user exit code will get triggered. Okay. So here what we write in the user exit is, for an example, suppose you have loaded data to one of the parent table, so you have to insert some records in the child table. So then we'll write one user exit if table name equal to so and so parent table name. Then we'll write some insert statements or put request. I have shown you, right, put request in SOAP UI tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the people write that put request, and so whenever the data inserts to the parent base object table party, at that time user exit will trigger and it checks the condition whether the table loaded to the party base object table or not. Okay, here the conditions will write this user exit has to execute only for set of tables. So if I write the condition if table name equal to party M, okay, then only that user exit will execute. Otherwise, even though the user exit gets triggered, that will not get executed because here we have specified the condition, right? If table name equal to that, then only it executes the code. Otherwise, it skips that code and user exit will get like by skipping that code, user exit will get completed. So here there are suppose there are five base object tables are there in our system in MDM application. So if any of the table gets loaded, means base object table gets loaded, user exit code will get triggered. Okay, even if any of the table gets loaded, user exit code will get triggered. Every time it will get triggered. But in that user exit code, we will write the Java code that if the data load, if the table equals to party table, then only do so and so operation. Okay. If the data loads to party table, then only that particular conditional code will get executed. Otherwise, if we load the data into the address table, still this user exit will get triggered, but inside the code will not execute it because we have the written condition, right? If the table name equal to party, then only execute this. Otherwise, that particular part will get skipped and user exit will get completed. Okay, right, that we will write the code inside the post load user exit. If table name equal to so and so, then execute this, or else if table name equal to so and so, then execute this particular code. We'll write that Java code. Okay,
Okay.
in post load user exit. Okay, we have match process or the pre-match, post-match. Okay, when we run the match job, when we run the match job, okay, for pre-match user exit, for pre-match user exit, just before executing that match job, first this pre-match user exit will get executed, and then match job will get executed automatically. When we trigger the match job, this pre-match user exit will get executed if we configure the pre-match user exit. So generally what like what type of things we'll do in pre-match user exit is, so I have shown you, right? We kept, like we put some records on hold state,
Yes.
consolidation indicator 9. So suppose some of the records should not participate in match process, then what we will do, we will write one Java code. If match rule set equal to so and so name, okay, if match rule set name equal to so and so, then execute this code. Okay, so in that code we'll use one API. That API is set record state. We have set record state is there, set record state here, this API. Here we can put the records, like we can change the consolidation indicator. Okay, we can change the consolidation indicator here, set record state, on hold, newly loaded, those type of status we can change. Okay, we can write this API code inside that user exit. Okay, inside that user exit, and then the user exit will get executed. The records will get into hold state. Then once after the user exit completes successfully, then the match job will get executed. So in the match process, like the record, which are the records on hold state, match process will not applicable to those records, and then match process execution completed successfully. In post match user exit, again we have to convert back those hold records into normal newly loaded state. Again we'll write one user exit. If match rule set name equal to so and so, then execute this. We'll write that set record API, and then we'll convert them back to newly loaded state. Then the user exit will get completed successfully. Here, when we click the match process, if you create pre-match user exit, pre-match user exit will get triggered automatically, and it checks the condition. If that match rule set name equal to so and so, then only that entire block will get executed. Otherwise, that block will get skipped. Okay.
Okay.
Same with post match user exit also. And we have merge process user exit also is there. Okay. Post merge, we have to do some so and so operation. Then uh, the user exit will get executed. Here, post merge is nothing but if table name equal to so and so, then execute the this block. Okay. We are writing some conditions similar to the unmerge process also. Okay. Once we unmerge the process, so here for unmerge we don't have the batch job, is we don't have batch job, we have only SIF API job. We have unmerge and execute batch unmerge is there. Okay. Only these SIF APIs are there. Okay.
Okay.
So whenever we unmerge a record, okay, whenever we click like we run this API, what happened at the back end? So if we have pre-unmerge user exit, before unmerging the record, that user exit will get triggered, and if table name equal to so and so, then it performs that, executes that conditional block, and then once after successful execution, that unmerge process will get performed. And same thing for post unmerge also. If table name equal to so and so, once post unmerge process, this user exit will get triggered. Okay. This code will be written by Java backend Java team. Okay. If you have space designated Java team is there, then only this user exits will get executed. Okay. Means we'll write the user exit code and we'll create the jar file, Java archive file. Jar file is nothing but similar to that. We have stage process. Whenever the data loads into the stage table, okay, before that, like post landing user exit, pre-stage user exit, post stage user exit. Okay. Whenever that particular landing table gets loaded, then this user exit will get executed. All these things when we configure the user exit only. Okay. Just remember that if we configure user exit code, suppose if we have configured load user exit, post load user exit, then the user exit executes every time whenever the data, even single records gets loaded into the base object table, any of the base object table. Here load user exit will get triggered, but inside that user exit class code, we will write some set of conditional statements. Okay. If it matches to that particular condition, then only that block will get executed, otherwise that block will get skipped. Okay. For
Okay.
every user exit, we'll write that thing similar to that only. Okay. We have sample user exit code, then we'll look. Let's see.
How often do we use this in the projects?
How often, like in the projects, most of the projects we have user exit, custom code implementation will be there. Not how
Okay.
often, like it will be there. Okay? It will
Okay.
be there. Uh,
And I mean,
I have given you example, right? Consolidation state as 9, not to participate the records, right?
yeah, I mean, I actually wanted to ask that in all projects do we use it or in
Yes,
some
yes, yes.
projects? Okay.
In all projects, most of the projects will choose.
Okay.
So here we have this sample code is there. This is Java class. So if you're like if you know Java, then it would be good. Otherwise, let's leave about that. Okay. See, here this sample Java code. Here they haven't written the conditional statement. Generally, we'll write this. If get table name equal to so and so, then this block will get executed. See here what they are doing. Preparing call, begin MDM, post landing. Okay, for post landing, they have written over here like that. Let me see any other in the online. We'll get user sample user exit code. See here, whatever I have explained. Match up. Okay, before triggering the match up, pre-match user exit will get triggered. Post match user exit will trigger post match process. Okay. Post match user. Let's see. Do we have any sample job code over here or not? Sample code I'll add that. Let's see the video. The video. Sample code I'm trying to show you. Okay. Uh, Let me make this quality as 720. Can you see the code?
Yeah, I can say it.
So this guy has written some dummy logic and then nothing is there. See here we have if conditional block is there. Okay? If match set name not equal to null and match set name equal to ideal. Here match rule set name will provide over here. If it gets satisfied with this if condition, then the inside statements will get executed. This is the Java code. Okay. Now you got that. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
So inside this, we will write the code. Uh, so you have to tell the interviewers that we have implemented, like we are using pre-match, post-match user exit for one business scenario. We have to restrict some of the records not to participate in the match process. That's why we are implementing the pre-match and post-match user exit. Okay, so we are putting the records on hold temporarily by running this user exit, and then uh, in the post match again we are reverting back, we are making those records into newly loaded state. Okay, you have to tell to that interviewers, like whenever they ask about user exit, you have to tell that like I don't have the coding knowledge, but we are using this user exit in our project. Okay, we are restricting this type of scenarios. Okay, you have to tell like that.
Okay.
This Java code is not the complex one. Everything will get available readily. So simply inside the code we have to write. See this package, everything will be configured. Even this public class MDM pre-match user exit, this is the name, and this is the user exit context which we call. And this will be provided by Informatica. First, what like this com.training.ue.com on. Okay, there is com.training.ue in, is there, right? These are the Java libraries, Java class codes which will be available. Okay, Informatica will provide com.informatica.com. So in that we will have this user exit class. So if we call this class, okay, then pre-match user exit will get triggered. Okay, we are naming the class as a pre-match UA and we are calling this pre-match user exit inside this class. So it goes to that pre-match user exit code and then it initiates the user pre-match user exit. Okay, and then it executes the code whatever we have written over here. So here we are calling that user exit context. What is that user exit context? This is the one. And what is the match rule set name? Okay, all these things we are providing here. And then we are writing the conditional block statement. If it satisfies that condition, then the Java code will get executed. Okay,
Okay.
so here in the documentation, we have this like this for post merge process also similar diagram is there. So before running the merge job, pre merge will be there, post merge will be there. Okay. For unmerged process, we have pre unmerged, post unmerged. For merge, we have only one pre merge, post merge, user exit. And for load, we have post load. Same like this. See the diagram. Digital load job, process the updates or inserts, and this user exit context will get triggered. Okay. And if all process, the job will get ended.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is about user exits. Okay. We should have that Java code and everything. So it's an advanced topic. So custom code, moreover for custom coding implementation for user X. Okay. And I have explained about the user exits. I completed these things. Even we can call some Java claims functions over here. Okay. If we have this thing I haven't seen. I have seen only user exits. Okay. And under the claims functions, we'll call sometimes the IDQ libraries. Okay. If we have IDQ, we can call that one also. And let's switch to the repository manager. Okay. Where we do the code migration. Okay? Where we do the code migration. Click on this one. Connect to master database. So here, so I have to tell one thing that whenever we make any changes in the hub console, okay, or else in the provisioning tool, right now we don't have like as part of our course content, we don't cover provisioning tool. That's an advanced topic. Okay. Whenever we make changes to any of the hub console, like here in the model section or wherever it could be, if we make any changes and we save that, we have to come to repository manager and validate the base object, validate the ORS. Here, ours is the Vamshi ORS. Okay, we have to validate this. It will check at the back end all the code, whether the code is in valid state or not. And once it is validated, here it shows that code has been validated. No errors. Like if we have any errors, fatal errors or errors, we have to resolve manually. Otherwise, we can't able to migrate the code to higher environments. If we have if we have error ORS, errored ORS, then right now Amshi ORS is not in error state. Please check that CMX ORS, there is an into symbol is there, means cross symbol is there. There are some errors are there. See here, there is one error. CS delta improlin is nullable in data but not in the metadata. So okay, these are the errors are that we have to resolve these errors manually. Otherwise, we will not able to migrate the code. Okay, right. Check this one. So there are no validations error. There are no validation errors. Fatal or errors. Fatal error means like definitely uh, we have to go to the hub console and we have to make changes. Sometimes errors can be repairable. MDM itself can do repairs. Suppose there is any change in the like some of the column is missing, it creates the column. If it is can be repairable, okay. Repairable options can be seen over here. See, if I click this here, there is a spawner symbol is there, so this can be repairable. If you click OK, this the column will get automatically gets repaired. So right now this is like a errored ORS, that's why, okay. Here it is showing that column to be modified must be empty or decrease the pressure. Like here already the data is there for that column, so that's why it cannot be repaired. So here repairable options will be shown over here, okay. And this thing cannot be repairable, so this disabled, right? But here it is enabled.
Okay.
Repairable base object only. If we have fatal errors, it will not repairable. So definitely we have to go manually and we have to resolve that errors. So as a best practice, if you change anything, even the small minor change, we have to validate the code. Okay. So
Okay.
here the states will be three states will be there, like cross symbol, question mark, and this warning symbol or green tick symbol. Mostly you won't see the green tick symbol in any of the projects. Okay. So these are the warnings. You see the warnings are nothing will happen. These warnings are not errors. Okay. Even if you have warnings, nothing will happen in any of the project. Like you will see a lot of warnings only. Okay. And those are acceptable. Nothing will happen. So we have three states are there: cross symbol, question mark symbol, and this warning symbol or green tick symbol. Green tick symbol means that ORS is in valid state, and warning symbol is that ORS is in valid state. Okay. And cross symbol means there are some errors in the ORS we have to resolve. And the question mark symbol is the ORS is not validated. Post changes, we have not validated the ORS. Sometimes that ORS will go into question mark status. So then we have to validate the ORS. Okay. You got the point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So up to here, you are clear.
Yes.
So we have validated the code. Now just consider that this is the this is the lower environment. We have done the development. Now we have to migrate the code to higher environment. Let's simulate that. Uh, so to migrate the code to higher environment, okay, what we will do, we will export this ORS. Okay, we click on the export tab and select the ORS. Okay? Select the ORS and we'll export this ORS. So desktop, Mahesh 21 hyphen 06 hyphen 22. So if I export this, the entire ORS will get exported. Means whatever the objects present in this ORS, Vamshi ORS, how many base object tables, lookup tables, stage tables, entire metadata will get exported into this XML file. If we see this, Mahesh 21, okay, this is an XML file. All the details will get exported over here.
Okay.
All the properties, CL address, see. And if you want to see our table name, C underscore party M or BO underscore PRTY, right? PRTY. I am not sure. I think PRTY. Yes. Oh, sorry. Double one. Now, If you see here, see our base object details,
Okay.
all the base object details, everything, every option in detail, everything will be, see, manual merge queue size, what is that, load batch size, whatever the configurations will, and accept non-match records as unique, all the details in detail, everything will be exported. Okay.
Okay.
This XML file contains the metadata information of all the objects present in that Vamshi ORS. Okay. Now we have exported. If we do any changes and if you do the development activity and if you are good that we can migrate the code to higher environment, then what we'll do, we'll export this ORS file. How we export this file? Once we validate, we export the valid ORS only. Okay? Even if you export this, we cannot import the changes in a higher environment because there are some errors in this ORS. So in order to promote the changes to higher environment, we should have a valid ORS file. Okay?
Okay.
So we have exported the code now. So I'm explaining to you how we do in real time in the projects. Okay, we don't touch these things. Okay, import from CWM file, export to CWM file. Okay, we never use these things. Okay, now we have import section is there. Okay, this import section we use when we have the empty ORS. Okay, empty ORS means we have created one new ORS. There are no objects in that ORS, not in even single object. If there are no objects in that ORS, then only we use import functionality. Otherwise, we cannot use this import functionality. Let's see, like, let's see. I'm selecting our ORS, file ORS. See here, click this three dot symbol. It is showing the available ORS within this environment. So, okay, we want to take the file repository, that exported file one only. Okay. So this is that, it means from this ORS to this ORS we can make migrate the changes. Okay, even that will option, that option also is there, but in the projects we don't do like that. So we'll export, we'll do full export of that entire ORS and then select that file, click open. Okay, it is checking that whether the ORS in valid state or not. If it is in valid state, then only see ORS is in valid state. That
Okay.
exported file also it will check. Okay, the exported file also should be in valid state. Okay, exported file is in valid state and we have to select the ORS. So even it checks that ORS is empty on it. So here the target schema must be empty. Even if you have one object also, it will not allow us to import.
Okay.
Then what we will do? Okay, mainly this import is used for empty ORS migrations only. For first time migration only. Okay, first time migration means we have developed, from the scratch we are developed, we are handling one project. Now we made developments in the project and then we are migrating to higher environment. At that time only we'll use this import section. Okay, so
Okay.
now how can we promote the changes? We use promote section. Okay, here we'll do the promote section. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay, I'll come back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, so Mahesh, so uh, uh, understand clearly and be cautious, whatever the things I'm explaining right now. Okay.
Okay.
So in real time in the projects, we use export section to export the entire ORS. Okay. We can't export the part of the ORS. Like if we go for export option, that entire ORS will automatically gets exported. Okay. We can't export the part of ORS. Understand? Okay.
Okay.
So validate every time. If we make any small change also, we have to validate the ORS. That is the best practice. We have to perform that each and every time in the projects. Okay.
Okay.
Whether it could be provisioning tool change or IDD change or it could be hub change. We have to validate the ORS, concerned ORS. Okay.
Okay.
And remember that import section we use whenever we have an empty ORS. Okay.
Okay.
So now this promote section is the very important one. Okay. Very important one. Like I will explain you. Okay. So now go to the schema. Just I'm mimicking that like we are in higher environment. So how can we promote the code? Let's go to schema, select the ORS. There are some objects are available. Suppose this one. Suppose this okay, base object address. So I'll remove one column. Okay. Suppose think that okay, and removing this column, floor number. Just remember that floor number. Okay.
Okay.
Floor number and another organization details. Okay. I have removed this legal entity code. Legal entity code. Okay. And in base object address M. Let's see address M. So we have match rule is there. One match rule is there. Okay. Let's see match rule set. How what are all the columns? I have used four columns. Okay. Okay. Suppose I am removing this. Okay. Saving this. Okay. Table has been saved and we have to validate. Like just think that we have removed two columns. We have removed match and match rule set of address M table. Okay. Just consider that this environment is the higher environment. So in the lower environment, that means development environment, we have added two columns. Okay. And we have created match and match rule for address. Means we did development activity and we have added three columns and one match and match rule set. Okay. Now we want to migrate to higher environment, that is SIT environment. How we will do? Okay. So after every change, as a best practice, we have to validate the ORS. Well, ORS should be in valid state. I will validate this. Okay. In interviews, okay, people ask you like to filter out the fake candidates. Okay. They'll ask like, how would you promote your code, or else like do you have knowledge on like what is like what repository manager will do, or what is repository manager, or they will ask you like how would you promote the code. So for that what you have to tell, so if we make any changes we like, so in order to migrate the changes, the ORS should be in valid state, both the source ORS and the target ORS. Okay. and we have to take the full export of the ORS, okay, and use that ORS full export file in the promote section. Okay, so we'll go to the promote section. Just like, okay, understand clearly. Okay, even if you don't like, go through this video multiple times. Okay, you should be very familiar about this. Okay, so once we have exported the ORS, then go to the higher environment hub console, and then here go to the visual section. Okay, visual section, select the file repository exported file, full exported XML file. Okay, this is our full exported XML file. Click open. So it checks that whether the exported file is in valid state or not. Okay, this is in valid state. Click OK. Then all the objects will be uh, displayed over here. Then we have to select the target repository, target ORS. Here in our case, this is the SIT environment target ORS. Select this one. It checks that whether the ORS is in valid state or not. If the ORS is in valid state, if the ORS is in valid state, it displays all the objects. And if you see here, there are some color code markings are there. You are getting my point?
Yeah, yeah.
So this means for this object, there are some changes are there. For
Okay.
this object, there are some changes. So this is our source files, means that lower environment, dev environment. This is our higher environment ORS file, ORS. Okay. So let's click drop down this. Here we made changes, whatever the things. Right? For CBO address, we have removed one column, right? So floor number. So here this floor number column is not available in the target environment. So that's why it is showing asterisk symbol, means this is the new column. This is the new column. So drop down every base object where there are color markings are there, and you know, right, you are the developer, you know that which base object you made changes. Okay, there are so many developers out there, they made their changes, so you will identify what changes you performed. So go to that respective base object. So base object section, under base object section, go to that base object, and it showed color marking under this column section. So I'm going over here, click on this one. It is displaying that value from source, these are the value from target, because value from target there are nothing is available. Okay,
Okay.
that's right. Click right click, promote. So it is displaying some options: manual merge conflicts, user source, use source value as the final results, use target value as final results, replace the object. Okay? I'll explain each and every object. Okay, manual merge the conflicts. If you click manual merge, means like, so manually we can manually we can migrate. This means like, here as of now we don't have target properties are there, so this column is a new column. That's why in the target side we don't have column properties. Suppose the column in the target is present, but here there are some properties is there: is nullable, display indicator, multiple values. Okay, some case sensitive index, column type integer. So those things are there. Okay, suppose we have is nullable is there in the target, we don't have is nullable. So at that time, what we will do, we'll check the manually merge conflicts. So if it is acceptable, then we'll mark it as one. Otherwise, so generally we do development activities, right? So we do everything testing, right? So whatever the development activity we perform, even we'll migrate those properties also, column properties, everything. So at the time we'll select use source values as a final results for conflicts. Okay,
Okay.
use source values as a final results for conflicts. So whatever the source properties are there, they will be overwritten to the target, overwrite to the target. Okay, so if you use this option, use target values as the final results for conflicts, so the properties will not get overwritten in the target. Okay, the target properties will be same as like that one. Okay, and most of the project we use source as the final results for conflicts. Okay, and we have another option is the replace. So if we click replace means the target object will get dropped and recreated. Suppose we are making changes to the column floor number. Right now it is new column. That would be fine. So if it is an existing column, that column will get dropped. See here that our target objects will be dropped and all their data will be lost. So we don't do that. We don't never do replace option because the object will get dropped and recreated. So the data will get lost. So every time in the project we use source values as the final results for conflicts. Okay, click OK,
Okay.
click OK. Then it displays the impact analysis, which column we are migrating, which columns are removing. Okay, right now there are no objects are removing. That's why it is showing only this column is being added. Okay, under this base object, this column is being added. It displays all the impacted objects. Okay, click OK. Okay, now we are promoted. This we are promoted, right? It doesn't mean the value will get reflected the target QRS. It doesn't reflect. Okay, like I'll tell you. Okay, once we promote all the changes, I will tell you. I will go to the org details. Here also we have removed one column. Okay, we'll promote, select use source values as the final results. Okay, most of the projects will do. Okay, we never do this thing because object will get dropped and the data also will be lost and object will get recreated. So it makes an issue. Click OK. Okay, it is showing this. Okay, fine. Now we have created match and mates setup in the, see here I'm going to this base object. I haven't created new columns, but I have created new match and match setup. Okay. So match rule sets. This is the new match rule set. Okay. Under this match rule set, match rules, how many are there? It displays those many match rules. Okay. So now what I'm doing that I'm migrating this match rule set. Okay. Use source values as the final results for conflicts. Click OK. So it is showing that how many, what are the things it is getting added. Click OK. Okay. Now the changes which we need to migrate, we have selected those changes and we promoted. Okay. Promoted nothing but just we have selected those changes. Okay. Just we have selected those changes. So here there are a couple of options are there. Okay. Even batch group changes also are there. Okay. Let's see here. Batch group changes will migrate those batch groups also. Yeah, there is some change in the party batch group because we have removed that match rule set, right? So under the batch group party, for child base object, that match rule job got deleted. So we'll click right click this one and promote. So value from target, value from source this time. So use source values as the final results for conflicts, or else like if we go for manual match conflicts, it analyze the objects to be updated, objects to be removed. Okay, it shows these things. Okay, so if you check this one, this will get migrated, or else if you check this one, this will get migrated.
Okay.
Okay, so manually I'm selecting this. Okay, now this one will get, these changes will get migrated. Okay, and here we have couple of options are there. This one, promote directly, the changes will get promote means like here we are right clicking and promoting, right? So here we have that icon, leave over that. And here view as markup, like to like some notation, like to do some analysis. Okay, nothing like we don't select this one. Okay, just we are marking those objects. Okay, for our analysis purpose. And here we have previous conflict and next conflict. So whenever we click promote, right, at that time, so here previous conflict, no unresolved conflicts. Okay, if we have any unresolved conflicts, it shows that. Okay? Previous conflicts, and generally we don't use this one. Right click and we'll check all those things. And here we have apply changes button is there. If we click apply changes, whatever the changes we selected for promotion, those objects will get reflected in the target ORS. Okay, if we click apply changes, but we don't do those things directly, we don't do those things. Okay, here we have save button is there. Save as change list. How many objects we have? We are promoted two columns, one match rule set, and one batch group. We have promoted, right? So we'll click save button. See, it will ask to save those changes. Okay, Mahesh change list. Okay, click save. So here what we are doing is, so whatever the objects we selected for promote, those objects only will get saved. Means here we are creating the change list which we need to promote to higher environment. Okay, just we are saving the change list. Not so here what we did, we exported full ORS. Here what we are doing, we are exporting only the changes which we need to migrate. Only the changes which we need to migrate. Okay. Okay, here this is schema viewer. Okay, just schema viewer, how we here it is that those schema viewer only. Okay. Now we have saved the changes which we need to migrate. Okay. Now go to the change list option, select the target repository, Vamshi ORS, and select the file. Okay, load a change list from a file. We have created one change list right now. Change list. This is the one. This is the full export. This is the change list which we have created. Click
Right.
this one, click this one, it line list. So here it is showing what are all the objects we are migrating. So we are adding column, we are adding column, we are adding match rule set, we are sorting the database columns. That's like when we add the columns will get sorted automatically, and we are modifying the batch group. Okay, which are all the objects we are promoting? Only those objects we have created change list, and we are importing those change list. Okay.
Okay.
So even it is showing the file name also. Promotion from this change list to this one. This is the full export file name. From this full export file name, we have created change list. Okay. And here we have option this one more arrow button. Here we are simulating the changes. Suppose if this changes migrated to the target repository, what will happen? Do we get any errors or not? Okay. So that's why we are simulating this one. Execute the change list in simulation mode. S. Validate the data integrity. S. So it validates without applying the changes. Okay. There are no errors. So whenever we promote the changes, first we will do full export. Okay. And the export file should be in a valid state. Okay. We'll go to the visual, we'll come to the promote option and we'll go to the visual. We'll select the full exported ORS file and we'll select the target ORS, and then we migrate the changes, means we promote the changes. Once we promote the changes, we don't apply right over here. We'll save those changes as a change list. Okay, save those changes as a change list, and we'll come to the change list section. We'll select the target ORS and select the folder, means select the change list file, and which are all the objects we are migrating, those changes only it displays. And what we'll do, we'll simulate that, run simulation. Okay, if there are any errors, it will display those errors. Okay, so the change list simulation validation completed without any errors. And then we have apply button is there, apply changes. If we click over here, we have two options: full rollback to last change. Okay. So during the applying changes, whenever we encounter a failure, at that time, all the changes will be fully rolled back to the previous state. Or else roll back to the last change means, so whichever the changes committed successfully, it will roll back to that last committed change. Okay. Suppose here two columns are there, right? This
Mm.
legal entity code committed changes committed successfully, but during the committing changes for floor number, we encounter an error. So up to this only, the changes will be reverted back. This will be stay as it is because these are committed successfully, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But in the projects, most of the times, not most of the time, every time we'll select full rollback only. Okay. Whatever the committed changes also, it will roll back. Okay. It will make that was in previous state condition. Okay. Like for this change list, we are promoting the changes, right? If any of the object gets failure, means we get any issue, error, then all these changes will be reverted back. Okay. Click OK. It will check the validate data integrity, same as like simulation. Execute migration. Successful migration. Okay,
Okay.
changes were applied successfully. Means then all the changes got promoted to the higher environment. We'll check that. Go to the schema. Once we promote the changes, again we'll do validation. Okay, we'll do validation here. We made some changes to the hub console, right? Even the
Yeah.
target higher environment. So then also we have to validate. Okay, I won't do that right now. Go to the schema. Select the ORS. Okay, see we got the
Yes.
and even the columns also. What is that column name? Floor,
Floor
floor
number.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even the address stay org details. That some legal entity code.
Legal entity.
And even if you go to the batch group section, child, it got re-added back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the repository details about repository manager. Okay. So
Okay.
here it is asking one window. So we have traversed to other sections, right? That's why it is asking, are you are you sure you want to refresh the refresh the current promote changes? Means like we have loaded the full export ORS, right? We have
Yeah.
loaded full export ORS, right? If you click
Yeah.
no, it under this section, this will be there. Okay, again we'll do on top of this promotions. Okay, we don't do that thing. Now we have promoted the changes. If you want to promote another change, we'll refresh this. Okay, we'll refresh this. So let's see. I have went here and I have selected here. Okay, and now again I went to repository manager, connect to the master. So it is asking if I click S, whatever the change list which we have loaded, full export change list, full export ORS file, that will be refreshed. Again we have to select that full export ORS. Okay. Again we have to load. Again it will get loaded as a fresh one. We'll select the target ORS and we'll make the changes. So suppose Mahesh has made changes. Now Rohit want to make changes. So his objects he has to promote. Then he will select whichever the objects he made changes and then those things.
Okay.
Right now there are no changes. That's why it is showing no color code markings.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. This is about the repository manager. Go through this video multiple times. The last part, yeah, from repository manager onwards. So in the interviews, people may ask about what is repository manager, how will you do code promotions. So whatever the topic I have told you under promote section, it will be very crucial. Then only like to filter out the fake candidates, they will ask about these code changes. Okay? What I have done in visual section, what I have done in change list section, go through multiple times, remember those and explain in the interviews. Okay.
Okay.
So this is for today's class. Okay. I'll drop I'll drop the my email. So uh, if you are comfortable, then drop me a mail. Again, I will connect through Google Meets. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I'll let you know the timing if I can manage for tomorrow or I'll let you know
Rohit.
in advance.
Okay. Rohit905@gmail.com. Just save this.
Okay.
Okay. You drop me a mail. Okay.
Okay, okay. I need CV as well. I
Okay.
sort
Okay.
of
Just
started something.
drop me a mail. I'll send those CVs and some content also. Okay.
Sure, sure, sure.
For the interview questions, all those things. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mahesh.
All right.
Just let me know in advance. Like I can connect between 2 to 5 p.m. Okay.
Okay, okay. I'll let you know before 12 only.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Bye.